What the hell is that? Right before I get back to my house, a tree branch went right through my thermostatic mountain hardware jacket. Right there.
Okay, so I just went for a through hike for 4 days, and right at the end of my hike, I ripped my thermostatic mountain hardware jacket, just like that, okay? Now, I've had this jacket since about 2014, and it's 2017. And I know a lot about it. It never ripped before. But what we got here basically is this is an insulation called Q Shield that's manufactured by Mountain Hardwear. Okay, it's like an undisclosed type of top secret cotton balls that they compress down very, very, very small. Okay, this is the sleeping bag version of the jacket. This is the Spark, and this compresses down to smaller than a shoe. Really, I mean it's smaller than a pair of shoes in your bag. Okay, and this is the thermostatic jacket. Now, the thermostatic jacket doesn't stay warm like a down jacket. You have to be moving around in it. I lived in the city for most of the time that I had it, and I wasn't really bushwhacking and doing through hikes with it. I just went on a 4 day through hike, and at the end of the hike, I celebrated. I got like a Long Island iced tea, and I got a couple of beers, and then I plunged down through the trail to get back to my house. And I just felt the undeniable sensation of a tree branch just go right through the arm of the jacket. Now, this is 7 denier nylon for the shell. Over here, we've got 20D, or this is like 15D nylon for the Spark. This is the sleeping bag version of the thermostatic jacket. Now, I don't do any bushwhacking when I'm sleeping in the sleeping bag. I'm just laying there, okay? But for some reason, the sleeping bag has got a more robust, more durable shell than the jacket. This is 7 denier, okay? It's super, super thin. It kind of reminds me of the iPhone. The iPhone SE is an awesome phone, but it's as fragile as a hard-boiled egg, and that's kind of how the 7 denier is. Now, there's some competition now for the thermostatic jacket. Patagonia's got the Nano Air. The Nano Air is an undisclosed type of insulation that's only manufactured by Patagonia, but it doesn't have a shell. So Q Shield has got this shell. It's got a thin, lightweight shell that can rip. The Nano Air is very similar, but it doesn't have a shell. It's all fused together. So it's like an artificial plastic version of a cotton sweatshirt where everything is welded together and it doesn't rip. Okay? So that's basically what I'm dealing with here. You know, honestly, I think I'm going to get some tenacious tape, and I'm gonna patch this. You know, I'm not going to ditch this jacket just yet, and I'm not going to jump on the internet and buy a Nano Air from Patagonia just yet. I'm going to patch this with some tenacious tape and live with it for a little bit longer. But I just wanted you to see that. You know, I went on a 4 day through hike. I hiked from Mill Valley in Marin County to Fairfax through the Marin watershed, and then from Fairfax to Point Reyes Station, out to the Point Reyes Lighthouse, and then from Olima to Bolinas. And I was bushwhacking the whole way. There were unkept trails in Point Reyes National Seashore the entire way, and I didn't have any issues. But then just suddenly I got unlucky, and a tree branch just went right through the arm of this jacket. And it's got to be patched, or the jacket has to be ditched. You know, I got to make a decision about what to do with this. With the Nano Air from Patagonia, it's very similar. It's a sweatshirt that sometimes gets cold. If you aren't exercising, it might get cold. But they sell a windbreaker, an ultra lightweight windbreaker, to go on top of the Nano Air that will make it warm again. And it doesn't rip. So, you know, I've got the thermostatic, and it did rip. So I just wanted to show you that.